All right, welcome back, guys, to another episode of Good Morning Vietnam. For the last two episodes, we've talked about what exactly a VA loan is and how you can actually use the VA loan to start investing. So now today, we're going to kind of build off of those topics, and we're going to talk about how you can continue to reuse your VA loan or recycle your VA loan. So I brought out the whiteboard here to go over some of these concepts that we discussed in the previous videos. So remember when I said that you're looking for a home that's roughly about $100,000. So we're going to go ahead and build on some of those same topics we discussed in the last videos. Last time we talked about when you purchase a home with a conventional loan, you typically need to bring about 20% down to the table. So to illustrate that, say we have a home for $100,000. If you were to bring 20% down, that means your down payment is going to be about $20,000. Meaning your actual mortgage or your loan is going to be $80,000. So this is where your mortgage is coming out of, $80,000. The home is worth $100,000. The loan is $80,000. You have $20,000 worth of equity you brought it to the table. The reason I'm bringing this up is because typically when you're ready to reposition your loan, your VA loan or whatever the case may be, or even if you owned it outright, banks typically are going to lend anywhere from 70 to 80% of the value of the home. Okay? So again, say you owned $100,000 outright on the home. It was free and clear, no loans are on it. And you look to actually put a new loan on it to get some cash out. We'll go over that strategy later on. But essentially, they're not going to go any higher than about 70 to 80%. Why is that important for us? Well, remember I mentioned that for the VA loan, we want to buy right. So we want to buy something that is undervalued that we potentially can come in and put in some sweat equity. When we put in that sweat equity, whether it's painting, flooring, carpets, whatever the case may be, the value of the home now increases. If we purchased a home with the VA loan for $70,000, after we did all of our repairs, now it's worth $100,000. We now have, for all intents and purposes, about $30,000 worth of equity. Now, obviously, when we purchase it at 70, we're probably going to have to put in some additional money for repairs, right? Say it's an additional $15,000. So all in, we're at $85,000 on a $100,000 property. So when we're ready to take our VA loan out of this property, we have to make sure that the bank is willing to lend on it. And again, like I just mentioned, the bank typically is only going to lend 70 to 80% on a property. So if we come in, we know we have $85,000 on this property, we live in it for a while, then we decide to move out and rent it. As soon as our tenants pay down our mortgage to where this is below 80% of the value, now we can refinance the property in a conventional loan. I hope that makes sense. But to kind of reiterate it, you come in, the bank is only going to loan 70 to 80%, we call it loan to value, LTV, on a property. If it's $100,000, that means we have to get the value down somewhere between $70,000 and $80,000. So when we put that zero money down with our VA loan, we build up the equity through sweat equity or whatever case it may be. Then we get our tenant to take care of the mortgage payment until it falls into this category or into this price range. Now we can find another lender who will refinance it and relieve our VA eligibility. What does that mean for us? Now that our VA loan is free and clear, we can go out and buy another property all over again, doing the same strategy. So what we want to do, guys, is understand exactly how we can leverage these benefits and understand that when we buy properties for investment purposes, we have to buy right and we have to have our end state right in mind, or our exit strategy in mind. And in this case, it would be to keep it as a buy and hold rental, but to make sure that the loan to value gets low enough that we can refinance our VA loan out of it. Again, broad strokes, but thank you guys for taking the time. If you like the material If you're excited about the content, go ahead and click the thumbs up button down in the corner. 2, go ahead and subscribe so you have all the new information as soon as we publish it. And 3, if there's any new topics you want to discuss, just write it down below in the comments.